Hello, hi everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah, where
Hi, guys.
are you guys at this moment? Where are you in the world right now?
Okay, right now I'm based in NYC.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Um, what about Chan and Val? Like, where are you guys?
Yeah, currently traveling, so no particular place like in Asia.
Cool. Yeah. Sure. So yeah, this is the 2024 Q3 Hackathon workshop day 3 with BNB Chen. And today our theme is AI projects. We have these amazing guest groups over here, Claire from Aggregator, Chen from Glacier, and Val from Foreverland. So today we are going to have two segments. First, we will have the three projects one by one, introducing their most interesting updates, what their milestones are from Aggregator, Glacier, and then Foreverland. And then we are going to have a 30 minutes fireside chat with me as the host. We have like 6 questions prepared, so feel free to start, Claire.
Yeah, okay. So, hello everyone. I'm from Aggregator, and Aggregator is fundamentally based in AI data, and we integrate data, models, and computing power to provide comprehensive AI solutions. So, in our first phase, we enable our user to contribute data and receive some ecosystem rewards. So our product, for example, you can use ChatGPT to earn this product. Our users can earn valuable points simply by uploading their GPT records. So I think my part is AI modeling. So I will start from this part. So as we think, building a successful DApp involves many key components like UI, UX design, smart contract development, and front and end development. So uh, I will go through these elements and explore how our AI is using and changing these phrases. So the first part is UI and UX design. So we have they are very important and crucial for any applications, not only the apps. They give you the first impression and you make or break users' engagement deeply. So AI modeling can be built, automated AI, UI, and UX platforms. There are several platforms like UiZard and Foma that leverage AI and help designers create their web UIs and or websites, mockups, and they do it in a very quickly way. So they can help you to generate some ideas in designing and help color patterns or even produce the entire prototype. So, for example, UiZars allows you to convert a even some drawings by hand, some sketches into some digital design, and that saves a lot of time in the designing phase. So, from our experience at Aggregator, the UI and UX they have been changed because of using these tools. They can really help you to design and reduce the process from the first idea to a scratch or even to some mockups. So they can even bring you some ideas that have been never considered before. And the second thing, wait a second. I would like to talk about how AI modeling has changing smart contract development. The first thing is writing code. As we know that smart contract are the like backbone of the apps, and AI modeling can help develop to write codes. So, for example, platform like Open Zeppelins have already using AI to develop smart contracts, and with tools like this, our developer can just interact with an AI assistant and generate smart contract code. So, and also, we are like every data is all we have done is doing things related to data, and the performance of AI is just based on smart contract and data. So at every data we collect and data in a secure way and curate such data, including like mature, well documented contracts. And this data can be very important for training AI to understand what contracts and what standard it is to follow. And that means that we can write better codes. And another thing is the improvement is continuous. So we're also looking for partnerships to improve our data sets with especially with some experts and like developers, and they can benefit the entire industry. The next thing is, and also about the security. AI in security is quite important. Before AI become a buzzword, there was some like really famous teams. Like I think it was like Current Power. It was used for automatic formal verification for contracts. So AI can significantly enhance the contract's security by performing like analysis, stimulating attracts, or learning from reliable reports, and also for analysis and for dynamic and audit learning. And I think we've been talking about this for a long time, and AI can really help us to a great improvement now. And this, okay. And one of the most important thing also is front and end development. And the apps need very responsive, seamless programmers for users. So AI's role in front end development is they have a huge potential in this world. So currently, one challenge we are having is that AI understands can work with the frameworks that developers prefer. So we can train AI and reach to a certain proficiency level in these frameworks. So we can significantly enhance the quality and efficiency in generating front and end code. So like GitHub Copilot that we use, they can assist developers for like auto-completing code, give you suggestions and generate codes, and finding some bugs from your task. And also framework integration is quite important, because there are certain popular frameworks like React, Angular, and Vue.js. They can also help developers to maintain the efficiency in their working. And also they can help you to assist you in writing and suggesting some improvement in your practical world. Okay, that's my part.
Great, thank you, Claire, very much for your introduction. And I'm also a very heavy ChatGPT user during work and also for my casual time. And I also test out aggregator. and joined your recent
Yeah, thank
campaigns.
you.
And yeah, it's quite fun. Yeah, it's very convenient, and yeah, I like the UI design of aggregator.
Yeah.
Thank you very much again, and
Okay.
yeah, let's welcome Glacier. You can take the stage now. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Hi guys. And to whoever is listening to this AMA, hello to you guys too. So let me just begin by saying thanks to BNB Chain for hosting this, and thanks for having us here. So in today's MA, I will introduce the cohort here and the audience to Glacier Network. So I think it's a no-brainer that we all believe AI can be the catalyst for rapid and efficient, scalable, dApp development or any sort of development. So for a long time, the complexity of building has been, the number one barrier of interest to the tech industry. So I think everyone here, including the builders and the audience, are tackling these problems because ultimately we want to democratize the information, and we wanted to democratize the technologies to everyone around the world. So, and as part of the mission, this is what a Glacier network is about. So so we are building a data-centric blockchain to supercharge AI, and we want to do that at scale. So we have been building solutions with Glacier since late 2022, and now we have an infrastructure. Right now we have infrastructure including Glacier DB, Glacier AI, and Glacier DA, which used to be more on the developer level. So in simple words, we try to build a world, or at least build an infrastructure where dApps, specifically dApps that require decentralized data, no longer complex or time consuming, but rather we wanted them to build on pre-built components and pre-built modules, because that way it's more streamlined and it's more efficient. And yeah, I mean, to go back to the topic, yeah, AI can definitely dramatically streamline the development process, in many ways. I mean, the list goes on. To name a few, the automated code generation, smart contract optimization, the front end design. I think the previous speaker already touched on a lot of points, and the continuous improvement of the technology is only going to going to lead to a surge of productivity. The list goes on, but I have to be honest, that's not what we are specialized in. Now we are more focusing on the data front, because to us, at least at the Glacier Network, I think that's in the core of everything. In everything what we have been doing, and in what we have been witnessing in this space. So so what we do is oriented around the data completely. So let me just give you some some highlights on what we are doing. So we have already, so the Glacier database already generated some good metrics on the data front. If anyone here is interested in us, please go to our social and to check all the information is out there, to check out our tractions. Also, we have been working closely with BNB Chain, which is why I wanted to give a special shout out to the BNB Chain for hosting this, and yeah, the growth and the traction we have been receiving from on BNB Chain and BNB Greenfield is it's very it's surprising to us, the traction and the feedback we get, which upon which we iterate our products on. So besides the solution I just mentioned, also I want to mention that we are focusing more on the end user functionalities, such as data dashboard and AI models, benchmark applications. And yeah, to whoever is listening to this, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. We want to work with everyone who is building in this space, so we can, so we can do something meaningful for a decentralized data and a decentralized AI. Yeah, I think this is what I have for now. I mean, I will touch more on what we do in the interaction later. But again, to whoever is listening, if you are interested in decentralized AI, decentralized data storage, feel free to join. Feel free to reach out to us. And yeah, this is us, Glacier Network. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chen, for the introduction. And it's very nice to see like Glacier has such a big vision, such a big roadmap in front of, and you have achieved a lot in the past, and even during this bear market, like your team has been working like effortlessly on building the AI ecosystem. That's very nice, and I know like Glacier has been working very closely and deeply with BNB Chain since day one. So yeah, and really appreciate for this partnership and support from Glacier. Well, yeah, I do have some interesting questions for you in the later fireside chat, so be prepared for that. And let's move on to, yeah, thanks again. And let's move on to Foreverland. Well, please take the stage.
Yep, sure. All right. So first of all, would love to thank the host for organizing this meeting. Really happy to be here, and yeah, really appreciate. So let me start with a short introduction of Foreverland, what we are building, what are the results of our efforts, and so on and so forth. So first of all, I'm Val, Global Marketing Head at Foreverland. Really happy to be with you today. And Foreverland is a Web3 cloud computing platform. We see ourselves as a infrastructure platform, which is helping Web2 developers to join Web3. This is like the main aim of Foreverland. Of course, Foreverland is also not just an ordinary infrastructure platform, but the platform which is integrating storage, network, computing, and also we are aimed at the PM plus AI sphere in order to help developer team, not only join Web3 area, but also start building in the quickest way. So when we just started building Foreverland, of course, we considered the market itself. And if we just look at the numbers, we could find out that by 2030, the market size of DPM plus AI must be around 209 billion of USD dollars. So that's pretty interesting to watch, and that's what we are joining right now, and that's what we are building in. So also there are some general issues that we are trying to solve by building Foreverland. And some of them are such as underutilization of resources. This is a problem that over 95% of resources are still idle. At the same time, the inefficiency of leverage. We are trying to help, to raise the efficiency of it, and trying to make the utilization of resources much more easier, at the same time much more efficient. At the same time, the industry still stays in the stage of ecosystem isolation, because if you're only building in one ecosystem, it's pretty tough for you to move to another ecosystem. So therefore, Foreverland is built on the principle of aggregation, and we are trying to help those who are just coming to Foreverland coming to Web3 without any knowledge of ecosystems, of any contracts, just knowing their sphere of Web2, and that's totally okay to start building with Foreverland. Of course, there is a weak composability, high learning thresholds. All these things are what we are solving it for Everland, or at least trying to solve. So when we are looking at a sphere of AI in Everland, of course, it's a really interesting trend to watch, but also one of the sphere of Everland's efforts. So we are trying to help our developers, our users with AI models, with aggregation of those models. At the same time, we do help them with data market, provide also computation resources. So if we also look at Everland from the higher point of view, we could spread Everland into several layers, and among them there would be a layer of aggregating resource providers such as computation, network, storage. At the same time, that would be layer of protocols where there is a payment, governance, resource management. Also, we do have the layer of which is we call interface. With that, we providing AI RPC, AI worker, DWeb hosting, storage, also rollup as a service, and pretty easy to get use cases of how Prevalent is utilized. I would tell a bit more later. So also we are working on a Prevalent network to aggregate as much as possible storage network computation providers into one network, and help those who are needing who are in need of developer resources, of computation resources, and to provide them with those resources which are provided by the node providers. So to create a system which would allow developers to receive some resources, at the same time to receive some rewards for those who are providing the resources itself. So also, if we just aggregate some features of Prevalent, it must be highlighted that it is decentralized. It is built on the principle of aggregation. It's unified, and it's pretty simple. At the same time, it provides computation, storage, and network. So if we have a look at the achievements of Prevalent, must be mentioned that we have already received lots of grants or participated in several hackathons. Especially, we are really proud of being getting the second place in the BNB chain incubator. We also do have pretty close relations with BNB chain by implementing BNB Greenfield, by working with them closely, and with all the fields that Prevalent team has invested in the project. We have over 250k of users with with 150k of applications that are being deployed on top of Prevalent. And really quickly about those people who are utilizing Prevalent, you could find lots of names. Some of them are well known, some of them are only starting, but mainly those people, those projects are coming from different aspects, from all the aspects of the Web3, such as infrastructure providers, such as DeFi projects, such as NFT collections, etc. So Prevalent is could be utilized by any sort of projects, and at the same time help developers, projects with resources that we have here. And that's pretty it about Prevalent. Once again, want to highlight that we are really happy to be here, and thanks for inviting us. Would love to participate in our cohort. Thank you.
For sure. Yeah, thank you so much, Val, for the introduction of Prevalent. And I'm relatively more familiar with Prevalent because this is my project. And it's always happy to see you guys constantly sending us the achievements in the group chat. and a lot of PR. So I'm very glad about like what we've been working closely, especially regarding the partnership on Greenfield. So really appreciate for your support for BNB Chain all the way along. And it's very interesting to see like Fairyland also has a very big roadmap, like has multiple use cases and scenarios to be applied in the future, and plenty of partnerships within Web3. So that's quite achievements. Congratulations on that. And thank you very much for joining this workshop. Let's get all the guests back. And it's very interesting actually to see like you guys definitely coming from different backgrounds and seeing different problems in AI in Web3. So the teams coming from different angles to tackle it. My question, I'll probably skip the first question about the introductory part because you just done that, and I'll skip to the second question. I know like even if in this stage when AI has become such a buzzword in Web3, but sometimes people still get like projects still get this kind of question, like why does it have to be in Web3? Why can't it just be in Web2? And I believe that you guys receive this kind of questions a lot. So my first question is like what advantages does Web3 give to AI projects, and why did you choose to build on BNB chain specifically? Anyone can take the stage, no order specifically.
Yeah, I will be the first one to answer this. So I think the reason why we all, creating applications in Web3, it's I mean, for us as a community, it's pretty straightforward because the values we align to, right? I mean, if you wanted to, let me just put it this way. I think the current the data structures, the data landscape, and the AI models, the godlike AI models out there are like encyclopedias. It's useful. It's definitely something we can leverage to enhance our productivity. But at the end of the day, people want to read novels, to read something in personal and that speaks to you, right? So I think that's why, at least that's what I'm looking forward to. And Web3 is it's about values. Web3 is about breaking the status quo and to redesigning redesigning the value systems. So that's what's fascinating about Web3 and crypto, and that's why we are building building a spectrum of applications in this space, right? So, and to answer your second questions, I think the number one reason for us to choose building on BNB chain is because of the user base. I mean, BNB chain with it's a large number of active addresses. It's a no-brainer for us because as a project and a solution builder, we definitely wanted to reach as many people as possible. So our views, our solutions are viewed and understood and used by them, right? And the BNB chain and the ecosystem known for its low latency and high throughput, which attracts and aggregates retail users. So naturally, we want to be here. And the other important factor is that BNB chain offers very competitive transaction costs, which is essential for us as a data projects and as a team who is working on crypto AI applications, because it inevitably involves frequent transactions and data exchanges. And not to mention the support we have, the technical support and the ecosystem support we can receive from BNB chains, like this seminar, right? And other case study exposures we have received in the past. So again, why do we build applications in Web3? Because of values. And why do we build on BNB chain? Because it's a no-brainer for me. Yeah, that's my 2 cents. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chen, for the sharing. Sure. Yeah, I think it's quite comprehensive when you talk about how BNB Chain supported Glacier. And Val and Claire, do you have any thoughts to share?
Well, I think it's a really good question to, you know, to understand why it's Web 3 or not Web 2, because really, I'm just thinking right now why it is Web 3, and I'm just, I don't there is no alternative for me. Like, it's Web 3 because of the essence maybe of what we are doing. Forever has been started a couple 3 years ago, and initially it was a project which was trying, because we have lots of services right now that are oriented at different categories of people, different developers, and helping by different way. But initially, it was all about helping devs to decentralize the deployment process of their websites, the hosting of their websites, and later it became a platform which was helping to store the files. So it was like the essence. It was not possible to realize in by Web 2 technology. So the data was initially stored on IPFS, although IPFS is not on-chain solution, but it remains still, from tech point of view, it kind of similar solution to on-chain. Later, we realized, especially with BNB team, Greenfield, we realized that in a more decentralized way by implementing it on chain. So I can't even say why it is Web3 because of the essence of our project, probably like that. So Web2 technology just limits us. We cannot realize that because of the technology, because if we do that, it still would be Web3. So yeah, so really interesting question to discuss. But answering the second question about the BNB chain, I think Cheng just mentioned all the benefits of building on top of BNB chain. I just want to highlight only one moment that BNB chain came up with Greenfield, which is a protocol that we implemented into Prevalent, and we have like folks who are utilizing that, who are deploying their websites, who are storing data on top of that. So it's not even a question for us why we work with BNB chain because of technology. Yeah, because of technology, because there is no any other solutions that provide so many protocols at the same time, support at the same time, different types of support, tech support, any sort of partnership support like marketing support, etc. So again, no brainer for us to work with BNB chain. And yeah, we have strong connections by that, and that doesn't mean any any sort of connections that might somehow influence or anything else. I just mean really strong, good connections with personal connections, because again, we were taking part in Hackathon. We had education process by that when we were taking part in that. So it's like it's even personal story under this thing. So yeah, that's a pretty all about why we are building with BNB chain and why it is Web3.
Yeah. Thank you, Val, for your answer. I see that this is a quite challenging question for as the beginning question for all the guests. But I guess like from your presentation, I kind of get this essence of why it's on Web3 instead of Web2, like for the scalability, for the modularity, composability, or for like for the privacy or security of the user data. So
Yeah.
definitely yeah. Yeah, exactly. So that's why we are in Web3 and talking about AI projects, and it's still like getting a lot of users supporting these kind of projects. And like me, like I'm a ChatGPT user, but I still would like to support aggregator because I know like this somehow like helps for the decentralization of my data storage, and maybe also like in the future I don't get controlled by like Amazon or Google like in every aspects of my life. So that's a good thing to think about. And Claire, do you have any comments on this question?
Yes, of course. For the first question, why Web3? So you know that the AI data is like a core resources in all machine learning and AI industry. So the quality of data and the quantity of data is quite important. And but the thing is, the data always belongs to like big companies, research, in institutions like universities or very professional data analysis. This system, the whole system, and they control all the data, the world's data. And when we started this program, we were thinking like, why can everyone be the contributor and also the user of this data? So we think that the Web3 world is more, I mean, perhaps it's basically it's like a more ecosystem for everyone that we can contribute and like gain something from it. And that's why we initially step into Web3 world and build this. And for the second question, I think Glacier and Fairland have talked really a lot because we start using Greenfield at the very beginning, and we were thinking like BNB and OP-BNB chain can provide very seamless operations with Greenfield's data. So the integration makes us very like fluent and possible to interact with our users. And also for us, it's very important with gas fee because aggregator is about data, and if the cost is too high, our users couldn't afford the interaction fee with us, and this couldn't be possible. So for us, this is also an important issue here.
Yeah, we hear you. BNB Chain is also preparing our own gas solution or gas support. It's upcoming soon, and I hope that we can involve aggregate over there. Because I was trying out aggregator last night, and I didn't have enough transaction fee, so I have to pump it up. Yeah. So I feel that.
It's really little compared to other like other chains. It's really friendly.
Yeah. Because we have BSC and we also have OP-BNB, which is our layer 2,
Yeah.
right? And it's much cheaper over there. So yeah, it's also almost nothing for on OP-BNB. But yeah, thank you very much for all the answers for my first question, and it took us some time to go through even for the first question. And my second question is like, when we look at the future of AI, and we see like recently there's AI in gaming, AI in prediction market, like poly market, and it's been growing so high recently. And what kind of how do you envision the dynamics evolving like the app developments over the next few years? Like, what opportunities do you see upcoming in the AI perspective? Like you can like maybe like forget about your own projects for a little bit and think about AI in general regarding this question. Like how do you envision AI in general in the app ecosystem?
All right, so I guess I will be the first to answer this one too. Yeah, so without talking about Glacier, I think I think this dynamics between AI and human collaboration is going to be very interesting. I mean, for me personally, I believe it's going to be significant and transformative. Moving on, it's only going to be more straightforward and easier for people to create something. Eventually, we as builders won't have to worry about coding, and the only thing that's going to matter, in my mind, is whether you understand your community and whether you can find your niche, your PMF. But of course, that's way down the road. That's futuristic, the reality I'm painting right now. But I don't think we get to deny the future where the development of any technology is going to be way more personal and intimate than what it is right now. And precisely because we have this powerful tool, right? And in the future, we can take care of the building process to a significant extent. So maybe the real only job left is to is to is to cater to your fellow human beings. And but but if we only thinking about the next few years, I think the pace will get more intense. So, and with this tool, we will witness a surge of productivity in project building, and the tools coming out of this cycle, with the help of AI, will be much better and in larger quantities. So I think the competition will be much fierce, much more fierce, but eventually it benefits all of us. I think that's the future I'm painting right now. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Even from like BNB chain perspective, like we are receiving a lot of we basically as BD we review projects every day, and since the AI becomes a buzzword, we have been receiving very similar projects pitching to us. So it's really helpful for the ecosystem, so we can choose the top ones, like you three in this chat, from the best team background and has the most clear roadmap, and most solid tokenomics, for example. So yeah, it's I agree that it's very good for the ecosystem for the long term. And for AI, it's always been double-sided like conversation. It could go any direction from now, because we are still very early stage, either in like Web2 or Web3. It's still like we are exploring, testing out a lot of things. So it's going to be very interesting. And Val and Claire, feel free to carry on.
Yeah, sure. Well, the question is really good to think of the way of how AI would evolve. But to my mind, AI is not only just a trend. It's like a huge mega trend, which is happening right now, and which we are happy to see. Probably the last mega trend that we saw in. No, so I hope you didn't saw that, didn't see that, because that means that you would be a little bit old. So it was like the evolvement of computers during 80s, 70s, 80s. So I think we are currently, going through something similar, but we only just started. And if we look at the numbers that we heard from some resources, like guys coming from ChatGPT, they were initially asking, they were trying to collect some money in order to develop their projects in 2018, as I remember, or in 2019. And initially, their purposes was to gather somehow gather about $7 trillion, which is much bigger than some economies on our world. So $7 trillion is, of course, a great sum of money, but just it's something to consider when we are talking about the mega trends about what is happening right now. So of course, Chang just mentioned that in the future, definitely we would see much easier utilization of AI. That it would be initially to substantially can become the just a tool for our everyday life routine. But personally, I think that there are of course some thoughts on how AI would replace like labor. I'm just talking, really generally, and later we'll come to the dev applications and so on and so forth. So whether it would replace the labor force, and I saw the report on how the some scientific workers, how they foresee whether the AI would replace it. So I don't know why, but still, I say optimistic because it would replace only the easiest jobs, like typing in some messages, like text writing, text creation, maybe some content creation, or maybe some typing. That's totally. I think it's totally okay to replace, not because I'm thinking those people are useless, not of course, just because I think tech all the struggles people and gives them the newest opportunity. So when we had cars moving into our cities, at the same time we lost some people who were dealing with horses, like the whole industry. Unfortunately, those people found other job places, but it was like the evolution. So I'm personally pretty optimistic about AI. I think it's something that will help mankind to evolve itself, and do the stuff that we are not born to do the jobs that we are not born to do, and do some stuff that is really interesting, which is really healthy, which is useful for the whole society, but not only for not only because the market makes you to do that, to do some stuff. That's about the general AI development. But as for the dApps, I'm really bullish about the BIN sector, especially right now because it has really huge AI as a as a tool, as a infrastructure which is backing those projects. And I'm bullish about those projects in Debian which are doing that are building their project on top of decentralized technologies, and that are trying to decentralize some aspects of our everyday life. For instance, I again saw some reports on how they do that. For instance, decentralizing the network that we are utilizing, like the network of mobile operators. So creation of decentralized system of local operators who are able to transmit the data and provide you with internet, with ability to speak to your relatives and so on and so forth, without the necessity to to be to utilize the centralized operator. So there are lots of such projects that do stuff really interesting. So I recommend everyone to educate themselves on the PIN sector and watch it because it's really interesting. And I think major trends would come from this sector of the Web3. But yeah, I
Yeah,
really
thank
would love to hear our guests. Sorry for interrupting you. Thoughts on whether AI would replace or somehow replace, labor force or anything. Any thoughts on that? Would love to hear and discuss. I remember Chang said that the only jobs that would stay that like talking to people or something.
Yeah, thank you, Will, for your sharing. I think it's quite interesting. It's really a big question to discuss. I believe like if we have half day and we can just keep going on this conversation forever. Definitely, it's going to shake the landscape that we are used to. But I think it will go to a very interesting direction, just like the industrial revolution in the past. And we don't have too much time left. We only have 10 minutes, so I will have Claire to answer this question. And then we have one last question to go through. Claire, feel free to take the stage here.
Okay, so I continue with the last question from Wall, because I think the question is quite good put from Joy, because you use the words collaboration, if I recall correctly, because many people, when they hear about like AI, they jump into the horror of this may take my job away. This might, yes, probably it will take my job away, and I will have nothing to do. But I think the future is not like one side is taking another side's job. It's like AI and a human can collaborate, and this will definitely change not only the depth development, when I think it will change like everything. So I think like the future will see that there will be some potential changes in like efficiency and the cost. So I think AI and humans have different specific features, and they can solve a popular problem from different sides. Like AI, and maybe we see the maybe large language models, they can do very more and more specific data sets. And for example, we can work with some AI chatbots. They can be our analysis, and they can build with you and answer some questions with you, give you a guide, and give you some more complex professional backgrounds and something that we haven't heard or learned before. But they just give you some background and knowledge and something to back you up. But human is a person that will have the wisdom and getting into the right direction, and uh, an AI can help you to go with the data, the flow, and everything, especially those tiny details that human might not notice before. And so our human developers can make decisions based on all this. So I think the collaboration will go this way, not like human will be replaced by AI. So that's what I think about this question.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Claire, for your sharing. And exactly, I think the collaboration is a very good word to highlight. It's all about collaboration, and instead of like one replacing the other one. And we only have 7 minutes to go for the last question. So guys, please keep up with the short answer. And the last question is actually for the developers who might be also listening our workshop at this moment. And what kind of advices would you give to this maybe AI infrastructures or DApp projects while they leverage themselves, especially in this market at this moment, when it's not ideal for them to maybe join? What kind of advice or key factors, strategies you would share with them? Feel free to take the stage.
Yeah, I think my advice is pretty simple. It's straightforward. I mean, if you wanted to leverage AI in your project building or dev buildings, I would say do it and do it now, because it's a powerful tool, and make sure you and your team use it. And once you are afraid by AI or partially afraid, I would say, so make sure you talk to your community and understand them, because that's what matters. You have to build your solutions for someone, and let's make sure you know them and understand them. And the other advice would be, just make sure AI does not lie to you, because it does all the time. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Chen. Yeah, definitely. One point to share from BNB Chen's perspective: when we review a project, we will look at specifically for their sustainable business model. Either is to B or to C, so long as it's sustainable. Like it makes sure like the project has its own market and there will be clients that can support their business going on in the long term. Like it will be more like appreciated by BNB Chen. Because sometimes when developers think about like some angles to tackle on, they don't really think about who are in the demand side for this kind of services. So this is something very valuable to point out. And for Claire and Vol, we have 4 minutes to go, so each of you can take 2 minutes. Thank you.
Pay attention to project fit and pay attention to global trends. Clear?
Yeah, I will go very straightforward. Keep curious and always keep an eye on the changing technology, because the problem you're facing maybe be solved somewhere else. Some technology has been changed and can solve your current problem and in a very easy way. That's it.
Yeah, great. Thank you so much for everyone's sharing and your participation for this workshop. And I hope like all the audience, you might get something valuable or interesting, and maybe you can just have this discussion with your friends, with your team, and feel free to reach out to BNB Chen or to all the 3 projects that joined our workshop today for further like discussion or communication. Like we are always very open to all these kind of questions and discussions. So yeah, I guess that will be all for today's workshop, and thank you again for participating. I hope you have a good day or good evening.